Okay, you guys are gonna have to forgive me. I'm still not 100%. I'm feeling a little better than yesterday. Um, so what we will be doing here, within about 20 minutes here, the new leaderboards should be kicking in. So with that in mind, we'll be able to check out what the new tasks are for the leaderboards and things of that nature, so that we can step up and try to get some more free stuff as free to play players. So here we go. Alright, as you can see, the leaderboards will be kicking in soon. So in anticipation of different things, I wanted to try some new stuff. So guys in my clan, I like the setups that I do on my Fenrir, and I very rarely copy meta setups, simply because I don't have the same level of gear as a lot of the guys that are running the meta setups. So here I did this one for guys in my clan. They wanted me to run the hammer mace on the cryptic Fenrir. I mean, it's not really my play style, because anything that takes a while to reload without an offset weapon, you're stuck for however long to the reload. And in the instance of these, it's 5 seconds. Well, basically defenseless. And in this day and age of war robots, in the leagues that I play in, champion and master league, you can die in 5 seconds. Somebody could just unload, 5 seconds, boop, you're dead. That's it. Of course, I'm still running this setup here, and like I told you before, there's a reason why I run 2x2 instead of running a 4x4. Here I'm running a mixed setup for the same reasons that I mentioned about running mixed setup on the Fenrir. I like taking chunk damage with my Havocs, but whittling the regeneration down with the atomizer. Also, when people's shields, they get the shields up and everything, the atomizer does help whittle down the shields without my Havoc having to beat them down as much. So that's why I run that way. I'm also running anti-control on here with the discus, because it has anti-control built into it with a chip that does, every time I resist lockdown, adds damage. So also here, I running my mender with a toxic build, okay, with toxin and venom. Of course, the 3-second reload is good, but the 300-meter range, this will cause me to have to lead more than I normally do with my mender, because I actually like to stand behind the person that I'm healing and use medium range weapons and shoot from there. So 500, 600 range weapons is what I normally use on the mender, and I use the person that I'm healing to tank. So I usually sit behind a tank and then accomplice, support fire them from behind them. But with the lower range, I'm going to have to lead with this. So with that in mind, I'm running a nitro on here. Okay, and I just finished my decay maybe a couple minutes ago. So I decided to go with the hazard decay on the Kitsune Harpy. And being as though it's so low level, I'm running last stand instead of anti-control. And also with the pilot on that, the Yang, I usually use the twins on here because I'm used to shooting from in closer and fighting more. So I like the regeneration, and I'm used to just running anti-control because I pop up, unload a clip, fire my bomb, regenerate from the couple shots that you get because you don't want nobody locking you in the air. And then you regenerate with the twins. But because I'm going to be up in the air longer shooting through shields with the hazard and decay with the Yang, I've decided to put the Yang that I have here on the Harpy. I do have a well-developed one, but all the skills, and it will cost a lot of gold. You see, I don't have any to retrain my Siren Yang, which is used to hanging in the air. Which, for that, when you're hanging in the air, the last stand is more important than the anti-control, because you're going to hang in the air anyway. So if anyone locks you in the air, it is what it is. So it's better to have those few more seconds to offload more damage, or to resist what would normally kill you, to land where someone can heal you up so that you're able to take off and do more damage again. Either way, the last stand allows you a chance when you're hanging in the air to do more damage than an anti-control would, which you would normally do with a different setup. You will offload and land instead of hanging in the air. So basically, I'm using the same kind of setup that somebody would in my same situation, using a bendy setup, using a Smooth-to-Rasdor setup. But instead, I'm using the hazard and decay over there. And as far as the Titan, I just got my squalls up in level during this negative 10% event, and so I'm running squall with the Oolong Sender, and the modules are onslaught, anti-control, and grand balance. So with that in mind, we got a couple more minutes to see if I do have to change something up. As far as my other hangers are going, a new setup that I have tried over here is on the Behemoth. I put the Peregrine Rain. I might have to feature this in a video. So I put the Peregrine Rain on here. I got Roadhog and Armor Expert, so that when I'm in the speed mode, I can go even faster. But as you see here, Skull, Scorch, and Incinerate partly ignore defense systems by 50%. That is very high, even though the weapons themselves don't do much damage. But that means a lot at this point in time, simply because to have this little minute amount of damage ignore 50%, it actually adds up a lot using 4 weapons. Also, when they explode, and the effect accumulation is fairly high on this, so when they explode, the explosions are internal, so they also ignore defense systems. I'm trying these 2 new setups, the Seraph with the Prisma with Basil Lapate. So I'm just doing a lot of experimenting. I'm going with the Yang Leak here with the Gauss, the Volt, and being as though I didn't have another Gauss, or that there may be shields up, I have a Tempest as well. So these are all 800 range, and I can unload through the shields to actually hit with weapons that ignore defenses. And even um, if they have physical shields, it does increase damage to physical shields. See, but the Gauss and the Volt, they ignore defense systems. So you get 100% bypass of any defenses that they have with that. Also, if I'm attacked on the ground with the Tempest, um, it does beat down shields fairly quickly, so that by then either myself or someone else can come in and do some actual damage to the target. But even when I'm firing through targets, um, it does, when I'm firing through shields in the air, when this thing accelerates, and even if they have physical shields underneath the pop-up shields, this thing does a lot of extra damage to physical shields and will knock them out of place. So I thought it only fitting, even though I didn't have a full set, to rock the Tempest with them. So let's get back to my standard hanger, and I will mainly be playing this hanger. I will attempt to do some things to the other hangers, probably later on in solo play as I'm playing for myself. Hey, thanks for stopping in, Alexandru. I appreciate you dropping in and supporting the channel, giving a like, and I think I will look up. We got a couple more seconds here to get into the leaderboards to see what the actual tasks are going to be today. So while we are waiting on that, we will look at what is up in deals for the next 5 hours. Okay, since the consolidation of the latest boosters, Pixonic has been pushing booster sales, and as you all know, boosters run automatically now the moment they are in your inventory. So here we go with the leaderboards. Earth Day, Earth Reclamation Day. So the rewards will be, that looks like hammer, the cudgel or the mace, and scorpion. The Pharaoh paint looks like, and 20 million. Those are leaderboards rewards. But here is what I'm looking at, the free stuff. So you get 100, you get 1 million, 5 million, you get 100 tokens, 150 tokens, and 2,500 parts. Now, let's look over. It's not going to tell us what we have to do to get it yet for another 5 minutes yet. So I will get back to what I was explaining about the deals for booster sales now that they have consolidated them and made them better after the consolidation and simpler in a way, because they run once, they get better boost, and there's no need to worry about it. But there should be an option to turn them off, so that you can stack them and run them as you please, and things of that nature. Because some people like to combine all the boosters together so that they can have a cohesive effect in the match altogether. Instead of you complete one task, so you're running this one and they're done, and then you complete another task. Now they're running that one, and then they burn out. Then you complete a third task, and it comes in, instead of running all three at one time. And especially if I'm in a match testing something live that I want to test instead of, and say, a practice match. I don't want my boosters going. You know, I want to see how it affects live play without boosters going. And as we're going down the list, hope you guys are checking this out. Of course, the key deals and gold deals are better here than in what it says the deals are when you click on when you're low on something, click add, because those numbers on those are truly astronomical. I'm not seeing anything on here for anybody with low level gear that I would say is a must have, unless you have been stacking your gold for a while and you have one of these bots here that these pilots go to. Out of all of them right now, I would say, if you have, which it would be the most important, which would give you the most bang for your buck, and you've been stacking your gold for a while, would be the Marie Leclair. Number one, she's level 11, so you'll have, 2 extra skills to add. Beside that, she is healing 30% grade damage, which your mender with the standard pilot is not lasting as long, number one, and you are not healing anyone past their maximum HP without this pilot, and you aren't recovering any of your health, which mender's health is not that high. That's one reason why it's a purple tier bot. But once you add this pilot to it, it will behave like a tier 4 gold bot once you add this pilot. So that would be the best deal with these 3 pilots. Other than that, you wait till you win one. Now you're coming to the Mk2 Puncher Behemoth for $20. Once again, this is a good deal for a starter, but anyone that has already accumulated this stuff, they wouldn't touch it. With a 10-foot pole, there's no need to, and they can work their way up to Mk2. But if you're a starter and you do not have the Behemoth yet, and you do not have punchers, or maybe say you only won one so far, and you're on your way to leveling it, this package will help you out. Hey, thanks for stopping in, Clash. I appreciate it, brother. Leave a like. Thank you for supporting everything. Now, this is what I'm talking about, the absurd deals. They want $50 for the armadillo and for golden chips, which you have to have the meta setups for this armadillo to stack up all the stuff that you're going to get. And $50 is, I think, is just, too high at this point. And I'm not seeing any other deal that's a good deal, except for someone who has not gotten the limited edition luchador like that yet. So if you haven't gotten the buy who luchador yet, and you have a problem with hitting the super chest numbers, and you may have $10 to spend for a whole month or 2 months or whatever, if you can afford that, the buy who luchador deal isn't bad. If you have good bots but you need a better Titan, but between this deal and this deal, spending the extra $10, you will make out better with this deal. This would be if you just haven't been lucky enough. You already stacked up your bots to Mk2 and all this to decent levels. You won decent prizes and everything, but you have not hit a luchador. And to get the limit edition one for $10, and because you're not hitting the super chest like that, would be a good deal. Other than that, I don't see anything on here in all these deals that are worth anything. So I think we burnt up a couple minutes, and we can see what's going on here. So let's see what they have to say. You get 10 points for destroying a Titan, 40 points for winning a battle. Bronze chest, you get 90 points. Silver chest, you get 250 points. And each bingo box, you get 500 points. So a lot of this is done about killing Titans and winning battles. Even if you don't kill Titans, you win a battle, you still will make your 40 points. And you will still make your 90 and 250 points from hitting your daily tasks that will open those boxes. So, of course, you can shoot up the boards doing all the other tasks. But that's what will carry you in this event. So now knowing that, I think I'm going to get into a little bit of gameplay and try to have some fun with my new setups. So my standard thing is either domination or beacon rush. So I think I'm going to jump into Dom. And I'm going to lead off with the Mender. So I've geared this Mender for speed, as I told you earlier. Of course, I blew by a slower robot. I need to be able to keep the poisons in range, which can be hard to do. So I'm hanging here as a deterrent for the ball, because one thing I can do to the ball is eat through all that resistance with the corrosion I got. See? And just that simple. Now that guy's way out of range, but I'm gonna get back in range real quick, because that's what he's gonna have to use, and he knows that. Running all that lockdown stuff, this guy's running it too. That's the only way they're gonna kill me, from range. And now we'll test out my range setup now versus what they're doing. I think I did a pretty decent bit of damage there, but somebody else got the kill. So now versus, you can drop a bot like this. I normally don't prefer them to start off with them in beacon matches, because you have to, only thing these are good for is protecting resources that you already have. Because they aren't beastly enough to get to a capture point fast and to take it down that fast in general. So I could hop directly on the beacon, but I know he just used his ability, and that's what I wanted to do. And now we can get the capture point back, because soon, like a setup like this has to be dumped. And a lot of times going into matches, I do dump these. And being as though I play at high levels with low level gear, I like to have as many bots as possible. See, as you can see, that guy running one bendy bot hanging in the back, locking people down, has spawned a Titan already. But I don't mind sacrificing it because we got the gear back. I knew he was getting ready to do that. See, but he can't run that lockdown crap on this bot. I have it set up to do even more damage when you try to lock me down. So I'm gonna drop a hill. Hopefully that guy stops and grabs the shield. And they're all hanging in the center. And the same dude, his whole style, look at him. His Titan is still back there, hanging around sniper. He ran a sniper bot till he got enough points to get a sniper Titan. I don't like that unless you have enough people to support. That's why our beacon bar is higher. You're not running with anyone to actually support. So you're coming into a beacon match with a whole bunch of snipey snipe setups, and that just doesn't work. So let me get rid of this guy. See, because this whole thing is stealth and getting in and getting out. And once you defeat that, this guy's a more danger to me than even this guy. So, because they have such low health pools, and with the other bots, you have to at least run. See, his same sniper is over there. And I'm more of a danger coming in here to him. So he's running phase shift, everything else. And I can't really comprehend what this team was doing during all that. So I'm going to drop a brick on his head and the same shield. Now I'm going to chase down this Titan. I accidentally hit the skill twice. See? And this is why you do not run a whole lot of sniper setups in a beacon match. See, because somebody like me who's actually going to get a Titan, he's gone. His whole setup depends upon him. And that's him back there with yet a third sniper setup. I guarantee if I can stay alive this whole match, they will lose it. Because of guys like him. His whole hangar is sniper setups. As long as I have a competent team, we can win this. I'm coming back here because I need to bring him up to take out that healer. Right there, the Nodens. So that's the only one I'm worried about. See, I'm not worried about him. I can get him out of the sky. I need to get this cap. And of course he fried me before I could do that. So once again, whatever side I'm not on is getting ate up. So, and that same guy, alpha, whatever. This cap should have been captured already. Alright. That's because I have this weirdo here pushing me around, bro. And, let me go on down here. He sees there's a sniper back there. See? You got one guy. How's he killed the same person 3 times in a row? So this is why I can see why we're losing caps everywhere I'm not. we have guys tanking. When you see that many, now I see a guy heading towards the center cap and A cap already. What I need to do is to close in on their healer. This is what's keeping all their stuff alive right here, him. See, if I can get him out of here and fry up their other titans at the same time, then we'll make out. Because it's pretty clear that we had a guy tanking, because you had a guy kill him 3 times in a row so quick that it was the only thing on the screen. Nobody wipes people out that easy. This guy here. So he's going over and taking that cap. And once again, I'm stuck with this guy, Mr. Snipey Snipe. See, and that's what I'm talking about. All that time in the air, I could have been putting way more damage on that guy. See, and he's just running around grabbing caps now because he knows that's the only way they're going to win. Because you have somebody like me that's not going to play with this. I'm coming up for the caps. All that shooting you stuff is secondary. Caps are what wins the match. I don't care how much damage you sit in the back and do. That's what I was saying about that guy. This alpha guy with 50 million sniper setups. $50 million sniper setups for a beacon match. A person like that shouldn't even be in a match like this. But I knew that this would be a problem because he would keep their people alive long enough. So not only did we have a guy intentionally tanking, but we had guys that were on my coattails coming way too late to bother with the cap and needed to be on the cap. Only reason why I get high numbers of caps like this is because you got idiots out there playing beacon match who don't know how to play them. So they had a guy tank out on their team. There's no way that we should have lost that match. And but clearly, you know, this guy got most of his caps at the end when somebody let them kill him 3 times in a row. And I don't even see how that's possible unless he was charging straight in, getting killed in a matter of me taking 2 caps. You know, it is what it is. Sometimes you get pushed up through the leagues and everything. And here, the alpha guy, like I told you, his builds, he got 1 cap, and that was probably the first cap at their home that he could jump to with his bendy bot. After that, he just sat back, bendy, and he didn't really make a real difference in winning that match. What made the difference was that we had people that don't understand how to play Beacon Rush. So what they need to do is take they should give a tutorial on this stuff so that people can understand each mode better. There should be a small tutorial on every game mode before you can actually play it. And so I guess the hunting grounds are back yet in this event. And maybe we'll go see or I think the hunting grounds may need tickets now or whatever. So here, now this kicked in while I was in that match, so they should have counted my 9 beacons, but that's okay. Grabbing beacons isn't an issue for me. I go out and I grab beacons on purpose. So you see I can earn some of these in my dailies for my clan. That's one reason why it's important to be in a clan. Any clan. so that you can get some free boosters. Alright, let me hit back into domination. I don't think I'll score real high on this one as I did in the last leaderboards, because the last leaderboards you got 40, 50 for taking caps, and that's what I do. I get to the cap because the capture is what wins the match. So that's what I said. Your builds should build around getting the caps. Spawning two of our guys are spawning bendy bots from the door, or some people like to call them weather chickens. And that's not helping us get caps. See, I've got our only 2 caps. Weather chickens do not help get caps. They only help defend caps, but you have to get the cap point first. So our team finally got a 3rd cap. Now is when you spawn weather chickens. So now I can spawn mine, but you see this guy's been getting fried, died, and laid to the side by their sniper back there. So of course I'm going to play it safe. And get back on the cap. See, he's trying to get an angle on me, but I walked a weather chicken up here to the cap. So, but being as though there was nobody else on the cap, it automatically reverted right back to them. So now I'm gonna go up here and rescue this weather chicken and another weather chicken and get on the cap. So hopefully our guy over there can sneak up on him. You know, so to come over here and do something, that's what they would have to do. The other team. Let me come over and rescue this guy from him. So I hate bendy setups because the bendies only benefit people running cover only benefits people running bendies. That's it. It doesn't benefit. They added all this cover talking about, oh well, weapons are too powerful, let's add cover, and not shortly after they introduced it, the bendies, because direct fire weapons worked very well. So I'm gonna boost him over that way, but I need to get this guy out of here, because I'm not gonna give up a cap. For nothing. So the guy I need to be bombing is their bendy bot guy back there. He's out of here. Now I'm gonna try to get close enough to heal him first, so that he is able to get that A cap and get out. So that was good. Boost him onto another cap. You know, as much as, you know, I dislike how hard it is to kill a Skiros. they do at least accomplish something. They get to the beacon, man. Which is something everybody should be trying to do. So I'm over here fighting 3 titans by myself. You know, hopefully that helps us get the beacon bar up a lot more. Now, being as though I'm sitting back fighting 3 titans by myself, I believe that the luchador will try to jump over there. In which case, this guy's a sniper, so he won't be on the cap. And that's what you have to keep a lookout for. See, he's sitting there. He's waiting for his opportunity to hop onto a cap, either offensively or defend it, as he did defend that last cap from a Skiros. But me, I'm looking to jump onto a lucha once he thinks he's jumping. See, look at that. Wow, look at the legs on that. Well, I have a shield too, buddy. So you only had that for a second. So, and I explained that he was going to do that way before he did it. Now, the lags on that was horrible because he was shooting him behind that thing, accumulating the blinding effect. And then a millisecond later, he skipped directly in front of our cap. But see, I anticipated that. I waited for that. And I still have my reflector if they finally eat through the shield. All my play is directly based around the caps. So now this guy should be jumping in soon. I'm running my reflector and burning it up. See, I was waiting on him and pushing him off the cap. Last stand, buddy. Night night. All right, try him to get some cover, because now I got 2 luchadors coming this way. Now watch what I do. Wait till my reflector's back out. Somebody did a thing to me to keep me from raising my reflector, which had to be that other bot over there. But that's how you win a match, man. When you fight around the cap, not capture around the fight, or just go out there shooting people. Hey, Howler, thank you very much for coming in. Please leave a like. I appreciate you guys coming in, and I don't care if you drop in for 1 second to go, hey man, here's a thumbs up. That helps me get the support that I need when I do that. When they see thumbs up and they see that people like the content, support me. I never stream for long. I start streaming around 4:30, 5 o'clock a.m. Like I said, you know, I had the good advantage of having this guy doing so much damage. But if you notice, he didn't just have the damage and the kills. He had the caps as well. So we had this guy here that started out with a shooter. He was a shooter the whole match, and this and that, the third. But what I said about these guys is, if you do not have someone to actually support, you can't build a whole hangar of support bots, because sometimes you have to be that dude to go out and get it, because if you don't, then your team will lose. So you do what you got to do, but you build your stuff around the cap points. You build it around caps. And he started out with a bendy bot and everything to get his damage up and whatnot, but he also kept a Skyros in his hangar to run the beacons there at the end when we was suffering, and I couldn't actually get to a beacon fast enough or hold it, more than likely. So it was good. I was boosting his Skyros. Guys went and they got the caps. That's good. So if you're gonna put a support bot in there, then you have to put also bots in there that you can get the caps, because that is most important. or one that you can drop on a cap and defend. Like in the beacon mode that I'm playing right now, I hardly ever use my Fenrir. But if I were to go to beacon rush and somebody's taking a cap, I have to drop this on there to prevent somebody from taking a certain cap. So basically what I was doing, what I would normally do with this bot, I was doing with my Minos. I was watching the caps closely, defended one. Oh, they don't have something on that cap, I run to the cap. And so yeah, my Minos is weak, you know, at level 6. But if used strategically, you see what has to happen. I took big chunks out of that other luchador, and they had to send 2 luchadors over there because I moved too fast. Even with killing, they thought that the Scorpion would take me out, but moving too fast and using my skills strategically, you can take out way higher level players, man, or at least significantly change what they thought they were gonna do. So I constantly tell people, make them play your game, because you most certainly do not have the levels on your gear to play in Master 1 and Champs with Mk1 gear alone, because so many people depend upon their gear levels instead of strategy, that when they run into people their other gear level, they end up sucking. So here's what the one new deal was. Of course, I said they were probably selling tickets to the new event that showed up when we got out of that last match. So I will try this same cool next time, Howeller. So I will try this same setup in a beacon rush match, and then that will pretty much end it for me. Because as you guys know, you know, my chickens are pretty quiet right now, but they're already up. And when they start getting impatient, they start yelling and screaming at me to let them out. So with this wide open map, I've already built that hangar for that. So this is what I usually use on open maps. I think I will go with, because I do have 2 new setups in here. We'll start off with the Behemoth, simply because I'm gonna have to defend this. And look at that, look at that, look at that damage. Oh my goodness, would you look at that. So he's gonna try to push me off, but messing with me, bro, is gonna get you hurt. Oh my. He's running all kinds of healing or something, man, because just getting explosions galore out of here, and I'm taking big chumps out of him. See, and he's waiting on that armadillo to stack him, and this is what I said. If you don't have the stuff that can sit there and beast mode through all that, then you might as well forget about it. So to take me out, they're gonna need a bendy bot or something. Now you had a guy back there destroy yourself. So if this is another one, then I know I'm not that fast deployed, so I am gonna sit on the cap, because if he was a teleporter, he would have teleported already. So I could use some help in breaking his shield, but I can't run shield breaker on this level 5 bot with level 5 weapons. So in order for the Peregrine to see, he's Mk3, In order for the Peregrine to take advantage of that, I have to actually be hitting the bot. And see, that drop bug came in. Yeah, all my whole team is over there. So I'm gonna have to deal with this guy myself. So I've got a trick to bust his. He's trying to reload his weapons, bust his shield down, so I can whittle down his health with this. See, now he got some help, but his help is gonna have to deviate to try to get me. Won't nobody else be dropping in now. So when some of them guys failed over there, let me drop a brick on him, make him beat on shields as well. I used my breakthrough to knock that shield down. So he jumped underneath. He has such a long way to go to get around. Unless he's running jump unit on that thing. I'll see you when I see you, bro. See, and that was his mistake. Neither one of us are teleporters, and he hopped off to get around the luchador. So I'm waiting for my breakthrough to kick in so that I can run over here. Because this is where they spawn in at. Anybody trying to drop in back here, I want to lock them down immediately so they have a hard time getting to the cap, because I know I don't have the luchador's help anymore. So it seems we're losing D, which is that back cap way back there. With that happening now, somebody blew their bot on our team. Now, I hate to have to get this cap up, but I need to be able to see if anybody, which means I have to be within 1,000 meters or 1,100 meters to be able to see them. All right. So now that we're up and they're losing E, I guess we're losing the middle cap. I still want to be here and watch this. So once you're up, man, it's not hard to, you know, win a beacon match. You don't have to do a whole bunch of stuff. You have to do the right stuff. And they see 2 open caps, they're likely to spawn right here and figure they can take one of them. And this is how you keep them down. They're going to have to use some type of gear to, their Mk2 gear to just overpower me. See? That's what I was talking about right here. So, like I said, he would have to overpower me. Now they got 2. Now that's nothing but a luchador jumping that fast. Oh, it's a Minos. Alright. So, I drop in my Heimdall. He's going to hide back there, but as long as ain't neither of them getting on the cap, it doesn't matter. He's using his reflector. And they got us outmanned there. As long as we can hold this side, that's all that matters. So they got 2 dropping in there, 1 there. And those 2 seem to be holding him off just fine. So I'll drop in here where I can keep a nice middle perspective with the shooter. So I got him to back off. Let me see if I can slow him down. See, now he must be running anti-control because I did hit him. with lockdown skills and things of that nature. And it didn't seem to take any effect. Now, if the drop bug doesn't get me, I can drop right back in on that with my tank. Right. So sometimes I said, you just gotta take a second between every move that you make to look around the battlefield and assess it. And of course, because I was slowing down them dropping in at their home cap, um, I missed out on a lot of points. But in the end, if you play like that overall, when you're playing in a team or squad, because I say team loosely, so I meant to say squad. So when you're playing in a squad, even all that time I spent sitting, I still got 3 caps, which is more than everybody on my team except for one person, because of playing strategically. And of course, most of these guys run around chasing damage or whatever, and then you don't actually get the numbers because you're not thinking. You're thinking, let me go over here, let me go over there, let me shoot this red guy, let me shoot that red guy. And it doesn't end up working out a lot of times. So if you drop strategically, of course, it will give you the opportunity to do things like get 3 caps when your team's getting none, except for one person. When one person is running around getting all the caps on your team. So that's going to do it for me, guys. Thank you all who showed up. I got to test all my new setups, except for I don't think I got to test the fin rear, or maybe I did. I'm not sure. Oh no, I was using a different hanger. So I did get to test the Peregrine setup and this here Rasdor setup. So these 2 setups were new to me, with the Peregrine and this guy, and of course the Heimdall was new, because the Scavenger Heimdall just came out. I put a lot of levels into it because it's supposed to be good, but you saw how fast it got annihilated when it had to go toe to toe. It is not a brawler. That's why I have weapons like the Kiston and the lanterns on it, to keep it at the range that it is at. Alright, so hope you guys got something out of that, and have fun. I appreciate everyone who showed up this morning. Shout out to Alexandro, Clash, and Howler. So I appreciate y'all. Love, peace, and happiness, everybody.